Hello, my name is Guillaume Roffet. I am pre-sale manager at Ubiquube. Today the demo that we run at the ONS showcase is Hybrid Legacy SDN NFV service orchestration. So it's a end-to-end service chaining. This demo is based on a real use case provided by Orange. The project is called EasyCode. Before to move to the demo, I would like to give you a big pictures of the project. So the idea is how Orange is able to easily and quickly deploy a new service on the project. Typically, how they can instantiate a new virtual firewall and configuring this virtual firewall. For that, let me show you the HCMano diagram to give you all the piece of this demo. We have an OpenStack server with a Juniper Contrail SDN controller. We have as a VNF a Juniper VSRX, and we have the Ubiquube MS Activator as an orchestrator, VNF manager, and EMS. So the idea is really to instantiate, thanks to OpenStack, a new VNF on the network. Thanks to the Juniper Contrail to redirect the traffic to this new VNF, and thanks to the MS Activator to provision some firewall policies on my new VNF. So let me switch to the demo to show you how it works. So I can access to the Ubiquube MS Activator using a web browser. Let me connect as a customer. The platform is multi-tenant. I have several operators, several customers, and of course I have several users with different right of access on the platform. So as a customer, I can directly access to a dashboard dedicated for a customer. I can easily customize this dashboard. It's based on a set of widgets that I can easily remove, add, or move. I have, for example, one widget with a Google Map to put all the devices on the map. I have one widget for my service orchestration, and I have one widget for my device management. Let's focus on the device management. I have all the devices managed by this customer. So as you can see, I have one OpenStack server. Let me open this OpenStack server. So when I open my OpenStack server, I can access to the OBMF console. OBMF stands Object-Based Management Framework. So this is an innovating concept at Ubiquube. So this is thanks to that we can manage any service on any device, on any platform. So to manage a service, we have to design an object. So all the objects that I have to manage my OpenStack are on the left of the screen. I have, for example, one object to manage my instance, one object to manage my images, one object to manage my networks, and so on and so forth. If I click on a specific object, for example, instance, the object will connect on the device, in this case on the OpenStack server, to import all the instances already deployed on this OpenStack server. So today I have only one Ubuntu. So let me close it. And let me open now the service orchestration. So more than the import method to be able to import all of the instances, I have a create method. So if I click on the plus button, I'm able to create a new instance on my OpenStack server. So how I can do that? Simply by filling all the fields. So for example, by selecting an image, it can be my GNOS, by selecting a flavor, it can be large, by selecting an availability zone, and so on and so forth. So I can easily create a new instance. Based on the same concept, I can use the same console for all my devices. We'll see that after the creation of a VNF, I can manage my firewall using the same console. So on the top of this console, we have a service orchestrator. Let me open the window. So the service orchestrator is based on a workflow. So you can design by yourself your own workflow to do what you want to do. On this workflow, you can define some parameters, and you can set these parameters on the UI. So first I have to select my workflow. So I have one workflow to create my VNF and one workflow to delete this VNF. Let me select create VNF. I have a set of parameters. So by clicking on this icon, I'm able to display on the UI all the parameters that I need to run this workflow. So if I scroll down, for example, I have all the parameters that I need to instantiate my new VNF. For example, the availability zone, the flavor, the image that I will use, and so on and so forth. When I want to set all these parameters, I can use one more time my object console. So by selecting my OpenStack server, I'm able to list all the objects. And for example, by selecting images, I'm able to list all the images available on this server and simply drag and drop the image as a parameter. Then I just have to save all my parameters and I can run the script. I can run the workflow. So the workflow is now creating a new VNF, will redirect the traffic to this VNF and will provision some firewall policies on the new VNF. So usually what we learn on the event is it takes at least 1 week to deploy a new service on the network. Let's run the workflow. I will show you something during the execution. Let me connect now on the same portal, but using a different web browser to use a different account. So I'm now connecting. I'm connecting as a super administrator, so I can see all the operators, all the customers. And I would like to show you what we call the repository. So this is the central place where we store all the objects. Because the advantage of objects is I design only one time my object and I can consume them for all my devices. So what is exactly an object? Let me show you the object to manage the firewall on my Juniper device. So as the platform is multi-vendor, I have several objects for all my different vendors. And I have one specific object to manage my firewall policy. So here is my object. So when I create an object, I have to set a name to display on the UI. I can set an icon, I can set a category, and then I define which protocol I will use to configure my device. It can be a CLI, it can be API, it can be netconf. Depends of course of the device. And thanks to that, we are really able to configure any device because we are not dependent of a device. Then as soon as my object is created, I have to implement 5 methods: create, read, update, delete, and import. Let me show you the create method. So as this object is based on the CLI, I can put all my CLI to create my firewall policy as a template. I will put some parameters inside this CLI. I can also implement the import method. So this is the method that we will use to connect on the device to import all the firewall policies already created. So to do that, I can run a show configuration security policies on my device and I will parse the result. And as we are able to import all these firewall policies, we can also update them or delete them. Automatically, all the parameters that I create on my object are set in my variable stack. Let me show you that. What I can do is to redefine the name on the UI, get a user-friendly name, and I can tip my variable. It can be a string, it can be an IP, it can be an integer. So automatically on the UI, I will get all the control on the field. I can also cross-reference one specific parameters to an object. So this is the case, for example, with address. I will link my field address with another object called address. And thanks to that, as a user, when I want to create a new firewall policy, instead of manually entering an address, I can select an existing one. So per default, a set of objects are provided by Ubiquube on the MS Activator, but you can, by yourself, design in your own object. This is what we call a DevOps approach. So you are not dependent of the Ubiquube roadmap to implement your own service. What you can also do is, if Juniper tomorrow provide a new feature on the device, a new service, you don't need to wait a new release from Ubiquube. You can implement by yourself this feature on the MS Activator. You have an SDK to design that. Now you can cut it, waiting the end of the workflow. So let me go back to my customer portal where I launch the workflow. So now we can see that the workflow is done. I have created my new VNF, and I have provisioned my firewall policies, and I have redirected the traffic. Let me close the workflow and go back to my customer portal. refresh it. In the same way, I think you can reduce this time to load. So now, as you can see, I have a new device created, automatically created by the workflow. It is SRX. So let me open the object console. So I select my device and I can open service management. So it's exactly the same console as for my OpenStack server. The only difference is my objects are different. It's a different service, so automatically it's a different object. Let me select, for example, firewall policies. So as you remember, I have a method import on my object. So thanks to this one, I'm able to connect on the device to import the method already deployed on this device. And as we can see, we have already 3 firewall policies already configured on the device. These policies were configured by my workflow. As a user now, if I want to modify these firewall policies, I can easily do that using this object console. So it can be what we call a self-care approach, so how I can allow my final user to modify by himself some part of the configuration on the device. As we are able to restrict the access to one or several objects for a specific user, I can allow my user to modify firewall policies, but not to modify the network configuration part. Let me show you how I can modify by myself the firewall policy. What I can do is easily, for example, create a new one by clicking on the plus button and simply giving a new ID to my firewall policy. New policy. I can select an address. I can select an interface. I can put a destination or select a destination. Let's say select an interface and select the service that I want to apply. Let's say SMTP, and the action that I will apply. I want to allow my traffic. If I click on save, I've added a new policy on my firewall GNOS. On the same way, I can easily modify one by selecting it and edit the one. So thanks to that, we are really able to totally abstract the complexity of the CLI, the API or netconf, simply by providing a basic field on the UI to configure the service.